So, 1 second. Sorry, I had a pin in my mouth. I'm working on my shopping list again. I'm working on my shopping list, and I decided to just go live on the fucking thing while doing this audio because this was an interesting video last time. At least I thought it was, and I think Backwoods thought it was, and a couple of other people. And because basically I'm discussing all of the gear that I'm buying all at once and what I still need. Now, that doesn't help you about the stuff that I don't need, but at least, like, I'm already doing this for myself, and I might as well talk about it while I'm doing it. If you watched episode 1, we had a lot of shit. Episode 2 is starting with Coleman Surplus, the place I think I mentioned in the last thing. I started looking at it for more things. And the first thing I found there was they had the USMC boots for $60. They are the cold weather ones for $60, which are the ones that I actually wanted. So it knocked $20 off the price of the boots, and I don't have to pay shipping now. And I don't think there's tax on here. I haven't looked yet. There's probably tax. But between those and the Alice Pack now, we're ordering a bunch of shit from here. So I went and I looked what else they had. The bayonet, they had that, and it's $60 to $70. The bandoliers are $12 instead of 20. The heavy gloves are actually $20 still. But that's all I've looked up thus far off of this list. Most of the rest of this list isn't shit that you could really buy there. I guess the gas mask and the NVG mount. So I guess basically this is a giant ad for Coleman's military surplus. Let's see if they have the NVG mount. I'm going to try calling it what it's actually called. What is that called? Neurotos? Yeah, they don't have that shit at all. These are campers that are selling the camping related equipment. That's okay. That makes sense. Coleman Surplus. They have a few other things too, like the bandoliers and whatever, but like they're not going to have the MVG mounts. Gas masks. Let's see if they got those. I want a Polish gas mask because basically I got the child size one of those by accident at Wanamaker, and I can wear it with my glasses despite the fact that it's a child size. I can wear that with my glasses despite the fact that it's a child size. So it makes me very curious to try the large or the extra large. Like, that thing was uncomfortable to wear. I will tell you that. And you couldn't move your mouth much. But the fact that I could wear my glasses while I was in it is the part that interests me. Apparently, it's the French design. They copied the French design when they made the Polish one. They do have those too, and they're cheaper, motherfuckers. Go to Coleman Surplus. I swear they didn't pay for this. I just found them via Google, and they have most of the shit on my list that like could be bought at one particular place. Really, PVS-7, the night vision mount. The night vision mount I thought they legit might have, but the PVS-7 they wouldn't have. They might have the MREs and shit. Let's see about those. The Polish gas mask there. Ooh, it does not have a size. So one thing you should know is do not buy a Polish gas mask if they don't tell you the size. They come in 4 sizes. They're numbered 1 to 4. 4 is the smallest. 1 is the biggest, if I remember right. I might have that backwards. You might go double check that. It's a great gas mask, but the fact that most of the people selling them just sell you a random size, that doesn't help anyone. Oh, the first question below this gas mask is from Tim. It says, what is a good source for spare MP5 gas mask filters online? Well, Tim, you just happened to ask the right broad. Etsy. Go to Etsy. Thank me later. Look for Polish MP5 gas mask filters. They sell them in sets of 1, 3, or 5, and they're reasonably priced. And those are really good filters. They're really lightweight. I have one of them in there that I popped open to put on the fucking War God, because why not? And I don't regret doing that because I'm gonna need a fucking filter to have in shit anyway. And the way those filters are, I'll have another gas mask before that thing goes bad. Those filters are all about how much you breathe through them. There's a little bit to it about them being sealed, but they have to be sealed to last 30 or 40 years. You can pop said seal and it lasts a year or two. Pro tip. It's all about how much you can through it, right? If you They start clogging up with fucking shit and moisture and whatever, and that's what makes them fucking age out for the most part, from what I understand. Um, from what I understand, if it is a NATO filter and you can breathe through it, it's working. It's when they stop being able to be breathed through that they stop working. Again, that's, confirm that on your own. I don't know everything about gas masks. I know, slightly more than you do. I happen to like this Polish one. Uh, it comes with another bag. That'll be good. I might take the child size off the War God and give it to my nephew. That's not a bad idea. I took some of his army gear out of his shit because, like, in reality, I took the high end shit out. I'm gonna give him Alice gear right now because I don't know whether he's gonna be into it or not. If he's into it, then we'll give him higher end shit. But I kind of need that holster set as a barter item and shit anyway. I was hoping to be able to sell that and pay for the Alice pack, and we might be able to do that because it's only $80, and I'm betting I can get $100 out of that holster set. I think I'm gonna keep the mag pouch though. I need mag pouches. That's a good idea. Coleman's military surplus. Let's go M16 mag pouch. All this shit's too current. They don't have the Alice packs. I need Alice pouches to put on the outside of the Alice pack. I have a shovel and one M16 Alice pouch. The outside of an Alice pack will hold 4 items of those size. So I need one more M16 pouch and a medical. Yeah, let's go. Look at that. Med kit pouch. I have to get that on eBay too. There's the Molly one. They might have it. That's interesting. They have a Czech military set, $30. Uh, Reproduction M9 bayonet. No, thank you. Oh, fuck yeah. God damn it. Out of stock. They had the USGI nylon canteen pouches with the Molly straps on them. I actually need some of those. I need a new canteen pouch that will hold a Nalgene bottle, and I think these will. I do a lot of other shit, and these are in Woodland. They would have been perfect, and they're cheap. They're fucking out of stock. Okay. God damn it. Medkit. I don't know. They're not that expensive on eBay. Let me just get one there. I might put that on my priority list. That's a good idea. I'm making a list of stuff that I'm going to buy this week, and I'm basically just saving money this week on preps to do a big order from Coleman's because they have so much shit that I need. Because it looks to be like 80, 60. Let's change this to 60. 60 for the bayonet. Yeah, that's not right, but I don't want to have to change it. Okay, so 80, 60, that's 140. Plus the 60, that's 200. Plus the heavy gloves, is 220. And then we got however many bandoliers we're going to get. And a Polish gas mask. I need to, yeah, that's on this list, isn't it? Yep, gas mask is. $59. This is going to save us a lot of money. Half the thing is anymore, I don't know where to buy shit anymore. All of the places that I used to buy stuff, uh, either they're expensive or they don't have anything at all or whatever. Like there's weird supply chain issues. I don't know how like Coleman's has plenty of this shit, but nobody else does. I think it's weird that Google pushes them to the front of the thing. It's almost like this whole thing is just a racket to make money. Uh, yeah, let's go double check and make sure that that's a platoon first aid kit. Jesus. Feel sad for the platoon. Maybe that's like the platoon's boo-boo kit or something. It's literally, it's like a matchbox. I really don't have it thing on sizes. Uh, I don't know. I am tempted to order the Polish gas mask separate, just so I know I get the size I want. That's sad, but I really can't risk getting another fucking child size one. It looks, it does not even mention size, which tells me these are probably smalls. And this is one of those things that you need to watch out for with this shit. There's lots of people saying they ordered multiples and they fit everyone. That doesn't mean shit. I got the fucking child size to fit on me. That's why I was impressed with this gas mask, to be honest. I got the child size to seal on me. That's impressive. That means basically almost anyone could find any one of their masks and probably be okay, but your life's gonna suck some fierce. Don't plan on drinking. I think it's a good idea to give that to my nephew. I was already kind of thinking about that anyway. I like it on the War God, though. It's kind of silly, though. I don't know. I'll probably snag his filter. Although it seems silly to give a kid a gas mask without a filter. With all the shit going on in the world today, I think it's a very appropriate gift. Let's risk it, and we'll order one from Coleman's too. But if we're doing that, that's going to up the price of all this a lot too. That's why I'm saying I might wait and do that off eBay and know I'm getting the right size. Because we got, that was 80, 60. Snowshoes too. Yeah. I need to look at snowshoes. They're fucking. Do they have snowshoes? Yes, they do, and they are $40, which is the exact price that I had the snowshoes listed. That's probably the website I pulled that price off of. Damn, that's taking care of a lot of shit that I needed. I could probably get wool socks and t-shirts there too, but I can do those other places. And adding that shit would definitely mean I'd have to probably wait even longer to get this shit. And I don't want to do that. I still have armor on this list with kind of a question mark next to it. There's the part of me that says, like, don't even bother. That's one of those, how are you going to armor yourself against the F-16s? Yeah, I hate to, I hate to sound like Joe Biden for a minute, but like that's my serious point about armor. Basically, it's like all of the things that they're going to use to kill me that I'm legitimately worried about. That armor doesn't fucking save me. The only thing it would save me from is getting shot in the chest in some sort of a raid that I'm never gonna do, because I'm like, again, my goal is pretty much to like hide. If it comes to like Chinese paratroopers and shit, then we're fighting. If it comes to, there are two sides here, and there's a legit chance that we might fucking win, that's what we really should go for. And that's why we should go not for this whole fucking like Red Dawn scenario or whatever. We should lean politically on the Republicans to break away. Form the breakaway Republic of Kraplakistan or whatever. I don't give a shit what you call it. Fucking free America. The Mississippi River watershed, pretty much. All the red states. Anyway, I'm getting a fanny pack instead of a belt. I found one that was a Marpat London Bridge that was going cheap. And I slept on it and I missed out. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I found out they make them in World War II era jungle camouflage pattern, the frog camo. You can get fanny packs in that. London Bridge makes them, and I found one that's made by somebody else. I'm going to buy. It's $35. I'm going to buy it first and see how it is, and then if I don't like it, I'm going to buy a London Bridge. And I know buy once, cry once, yada yada yada. I don't know that I'm going to like the idea of a tactical fanny pack. This one is nice and slim and whatever, and I might legitimately use it for other things. And it's cool. I like that camo pattern. So I'm going to buy it for now and use it with the kit, and we'll see. If the London Bridge frog pattern comes back in stock someplace again, I'm going to order that. Because my goal in getting the London Bridge fanny pack was, I have all of this mix match of fucking gear nobody wants, right? I wanted one thing that was legitimately real deal cool guy shit. And I thought the fanny pack would be it. And it will be. I'll just have to wait to get the frog one. And then whenever I do that, I'll have a second frog fanny pack. The frog pattern is cool. If you go look at World War II Marine Corps uniforms, the helmet covers are all that, and some of their cool special ops jungle dudes wore full suits of it. Camouflage really, really works. That's one of the things I'd like to get across to people is I put a lot of effort not into camouflage patterns. I buy stylish patterns that I like that are colors that blend in a lot of places. And everything that I'm doing to camouflage, I'm making myself. You don't make a ghillie suit. Sorry, you don't buy a ghillie suit. You make one. And what I'm building is not really a ghillie suit, but it's on the order of that. It is a I want some camouflage to go about the world kind of thing. And some of this is for fashion. I will definitely have a set of overalls that I camouflage. I found out that you can get painter's overalls from Roundhouse, so I'm gonna get a set of those eventually and make a set of tiger stripes. I have some idea of how I would do that. I would need a lot of RIT dye. Like the way that I was doing that was pretty much tie dyeing. Yeah. Anyway, what I was talking about there was camouflaging those coveralls is very similar to things that I have done before in holsters. That I did a tiger stripe holster, and I'm going to do those overalls in very much the same way. And it's going to give them this cool, like, I fell out of Vietnam, homemade tiger stripe, fucking coveralls look that I think is going to be dope. And I'm going to get a couple of FDE ones, the Coyote ones, just because that's a lot less work. And honestly, camouflage wise, wearing a set of fucking flat dark earth overalls, that's camouflage in many ways. It's kind of difficult to see, and yet if you dropped all of your shit to a fucking like civilian t-shirt and that set of coveralls, you're not some, crazy dude. You're wearing overalls. Lots of people wear overalls in Oklahoma. They work in them. I love overalls for working in. That's the other thing. It's like you should get that combat is work. Work is combat. Like these things are all like it's all one and the same, really. You need shit that fucking holds up and works. So like Roundhouse is made to do actual work in. Like their Roundhouse, the name comes from railroad anvil workers and shit. Like they wore those. That's why that company exists. Those kind of people wear those kind of clothes because when you're doing hard ass work in hot ass environments, you strip down to just the overalls, you let them hang as loose as you can off your body, and you just don't give a fuck. You're basically running naked, but you got pockets. Okay? Or you can tighten them up if you need protection. That's why those are popular. If you've never worn overalls, they're extremely comfortable. And they have utilitarian pockets. There's a lot of cool shit about them. And that's kind of like when I went going down my list of shit that I needed, I came to combat pants. I was like, basically, that doesn't exist. At least I could wear BDU pants. I kind of hate BDU pants. They don't sit where I want pants to sit on me. Um, the jeans I normally wear aren't really jeans, they're fashion jeans. Like I have a couple pairs of old dead overalls in my winter kit that I was gonna make a video on today, but I couldn't find the coat that goes with it. And I think it's at my grandma's house actually, so I have to go get that. But anywho's the the overall thing is like the natural answer, really. It they Roundhouse overalls are fairly inexpensive. They're like $60 for a set of them. And if you want to cheap out, you can get they have some that like they fuck up in some way on. Like maybe they got a hole punched through them or fucking like the seam is crooked. Those are $30. And from what I understand, most of those are wearable. They have high quality standards and they meet them, and they have things that don't meet their quality standards and they sell those too. But like there's no returns on those. They're just getting their money back out of those materials. They're actually probably making money at $30. If I were them and I was running that business selling those overalls for me to produce a set of them, it would cost me so little money you would laugh. Okay, and like this is half of the thing is like a lot of people think about, oh well, I need machines or whatever. There's machines. Well, if you think like a blacksmith, you buy your tools once. Buy once, cry once. You buy good shit. Okay? You use it forever. Maybe you save some money to buy new tools, but you're buying new tools, not replacement tools usually. And like if you ever do have something die on you, maybe have an emergency fund for that kind of shit, but like it's not, if you buy good enough shit it doesn't happen. And that's kind of the thing with all of this stuff too, is the reason that we're going to Coleman Surplus and buying USGI gear is because, let me add it up here again, get a final total. 80, 60, 60. So that's 200, 240 with the snowshoes, 260 plus however many bandoliers we get, and gas mask, question mark. So we're not going to do the gas mask. So 260 plus bandoliers. That's really not bad. The bandoliers are $12 a piece, if I remember correctly. They have the desert ones for $9 each. That's tempting. I I have a desert one over there that I think I will probably give to my nephew now that I know I'm getting others cheap. Oh, those are out of stock. Fuck. No wonder. Okay, well we need to check some of this for these, I guess. 8.95 for the fucking. That's for the desert one. It's out of stock too. Okay, so no bandoliers. Never mind. Keep working on those. Let's go make sure the snowshoes are in stock. I'm getting the for the snowshoes. I want the USGI lightweight snowshoes. They are $39.95. The reason I want those is because I went and asked people that live in Alaska that do snowshoeing and shit which of the USGI shoes were worth buying that were cheap, and every one of them pointed me at these shoes over the other ones. They said basically that the other ones look cooler. These are more functional snowshoes. I'm taking them at their word for that. Uh, I've worn snowshoes a time or two, and I will say that these to me look better because they are smaller. And like the thing a lot of people don't get about snowshoes is, yeah, you need them to spread out your weight or whatever, but some of them get ridiculous. And like those do have their time and place. Like if you get the right snow, you need those, but they're a bitch to carry and they're expensive. These are cheap and light, and I'm gonna throw in my shit. And I don't think I'm going to need snowshoes, but like the winter kit, we're packing for an ice age. And my reasoning on that is I'm kind of a weirdo and I watch a lot of crazy shit. And based on all the crazy shit that I watch, I fully believe that what's going on this planet right now is that we are fixing to enter another ice age or some sort. And basically the topography of this planet is going to change significantly. And I don't know how many of us make it through that, and I think it very much depends on where you are. And I think it's one of those that if it is right, you might want some snow gear because you could end up someplace cold. And I know all that shit's crazy, but like we've been dealing with a lot of crazy shit in the last few years, and the thing that concerns me basically is all of the stuff that happened 12,000 years ago that, you know, what are their names? Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson talk about. I think that shit goes in cycles, and I don't know what causes it, but there's a couple things it could be, and they include meteors and they include Earth crust displacement shit and a bunch of other stuff. And it seems like right now the whole world thinks the world's going to end. I think there's a substantial portion of the planet that's religious, that like they just believe we live in the end time, so they gave up. They're waiting for a rapture that's never going to come. We are watching like the death of an empire. This is exactly what happened when the German Empire died. It's half of what led to the Nazi shit in the first place was they had a bunch of decadent internal decay. Then when the empire collapsed, it went all crazy town, kind of like it's doing now. And then Hitler and the boys popped up to restore order and like, make sure the normal people were safe. Yeah, it's happening again. It's my view of this, and I'm hoping that maybe the world is kind of ending in a way, and that God is coming back, and that's that Ice Age shit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's all some crazy bullshit. But that is, in a nutshell, why I'm spending $40 on snowshoes. That seems like an odd purchase, but I've already got a snow cape. I've got two of my 630-pound sets of overalls and a few other things. And those 630-pound sets of overalls, they're big enough that I can wear both of those over my other shit that I might be wearing. And if it gets cold enough, multiple sets of shit like that really, really are nice, especially if you have like a set of shorts on with a set of jeans on with a set of coveralls over it or overalls over it, or even, like what I'm going to do where I have a set of overalls and then a bigger set of overalls, it creates air. You need air space for your body to heat up. That's how you stay warm. The snow cape I got was 15 bucks. So I'm not like, this is not, oh, I'm spending my life savings because the fucking ice age is coming. No, I like winter gear and I already have some of it. And I need one or two things. And some of those are heavy gloves and snowshoes. And they're things that could come in handy potentially should we get a big, bad winter snowstorm here, too, which is on the realm of possibilities. If we get a big snowstorm here and I have snowshoes, I'm going to go snowshoeing. Why not? These look pretty dope, though. Let's look at MREs. I didn't ever get there. I have on my list here MREs and HDRs. If you don't know what an HDR is, if you missed the first episode of this, HDR is the Humanitarian Daily Ration. And it's like an MRE, but a case of them's 50 bucks instead of 100 bucks. And they're vegetarian. And that sucks, but it doesn't suck as bad as starving. So I'm taking, I'm spending 400 bucks on MREs, and I'm taking half of it and getting real MREs, taking half of it and getting HDRs. Well, this is not the place to buy MREs, as it turns out. The place that I am shopping for MREs at is Atlantic Firearms. They actually sell a lot of cool shit. Atlantic Firearms is well worth looking at too, in addition to Coleman's. They sell a lot of surplus even. I like this site though because it has pretty much everything I wanted at a price that is cheaper than eBay. Like, this is a good website. Let's see if they got chest rigs. Who knows? That's the other thing is this seems like it's legit surplus. They have a USMC one. They have Chinese ones too. The USMC chest rig looks interesting. That's only $52. It's Coyote. Coyote and it's Molly, but it has a rack of mag pouches on it. That's interesting. I'm not going to waste money on that right now. We might. I don't know. I might save up and get that too. That's dope. It's the USMC Molly chest rig Coyote. For 50 bucks, if I was looking for kit right now, I would buy that and start modding it. The only thing holding me back on that is camo pattern. I don't really like the Coyote that much, but we're doing a lot of other Coyote shit. And I like my other rig quite a bit. And it's one of those things that for 50 bucks that could fit perfect, or that could be one that just goes in the trash. Chest rigs are such a fucking fickle bitch. They have a Molly 2 chest rig in multicam. It's $130. That looks nice though. It doesn't have any straps on it. Oh, okay, they're all up. So this is set up to be a drop-off chest rig on a fucking armor carrier. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of anti-Molly to some extent. It's not like I hate it, but I like to move stuff around occasionally, and I find it a royal pain in the ass to make small adjustments with Molly. Why is that? Well, because most of the time, if you have a Molly field, you're probably going to fill it. You're either going to fill it or you're going to leave it slick. If you're one of those weirdos that like just puts one frag pouch on your fucking middle of the plate carrier, you're a weirdo. Don't do that. If you're gonna put one frag pouch, put it off at the side someplace. It's not like getting squished under you while you're crawling. At least, like, try to make the front of your shit even. I guess that would be my advice to you. It looks better, one, and it looks better because it works better. So there is a chest rig. Ooh. Medical transport chest, USGI aluminum, $100. That thing looks dope and big. Interesting. It comes in multiple sizes. Oh, it just comes in medium. So it's 11 and a half by 19 and a half by 31 and a half. It's a foot, a little under 2 foot by a little under 3 feet. That might be dope. Well, fuck. I don't need this, but I want it. It's the kind of thing that, like, if you were going to put all of your kit in something, it's what I would put it in. Or I'm going to have a storage space in the back of the car. Yes, we might even get a couple of those for that. Although it'd be a pain in the ass to get that out, maybe. I don't know. We should look for Pelican cases. So, Pelican, that's not how you spell that. That's dope. So, I had a light kit for tents from post Vietnam, like 1970s, 1980s. And I just found another one of these that is, you can go look this up. The USGI EMI Hardened Fluorescent Light Kit with transport case. That's dope. It's $600, but it's dope. I have no use for it. It is hardened though. Like that's what came up when I searched Pelican case on there. Okay. I don't know. It would make a great storage container for shit long term. I've got a bunch of what are those called? They're 81 millimeter mortar cans or rocket cans or something. There's like 3, 4 foot tall ammo cans. I've got a bunch of those things. But I don't really want to use those either. I really wanted like a Pelican footlocker. I used to have two of those, and I gave one as a gift. And I sold one. I should not have sold the one. I shouldn't have given the one as a gift either. But like, I I like giving gifts. If I have something that you need and it's going to fill you with joy more than it would me, it fills me with joy to give shit away. Especially because like I don't get to do that much. Fuck math. Sorry, I forgot we were live for half a second though. I got distracted by another thing. The reason I said fuck math is because uh, this is perfect. This is really perfect. I was thinking about where I was going to make a post about this fucking calculator, and that's why I completely forgot I was even live with you guys for half a second. So I bought the calculator to go on the side of my helmet, right? And I have it sitting here. It's one of those credit card size calculators from China. I have two more of them on the way because this one was like $5 from the US and they were like $1 from China. So I ordered a couple more just on spec. I hope those work because this one, it's like it's not a calculator. I think it's a fake. Like, I don't know why you would make a fake calculator, but I guess it got them their $5. It's really fucking weird. Like, it does not turn on. None of the buttons really work at all. Like, they're not really buttons. They're kind of those flat things with stuff written on them, like where a button should be. And that makes me think that this might just be a piece of plastic with shit written on it. Anyway, so I thought, okay, I need a small calculator. There has to be a decent small calculator. I started looking. Eventually, I found a Casio. And I was like bummed out because the Casio mini calc was like $15. Well, on Amazon, they're $5. So if you would like a calculator on the side of your helmet, what you're looking for is a Casio SL-100L. It has a folding screen, and It's really small and really thin, really light. I'm gonna put Velcro tape on the back of it, camouflage it, and write "fuck math" on it, and Velcro it to the side of the helmet. And my thought is basically there's enough things that I could think of happening where like we need to check the math on it, and now no one has a cell phone. That a solar powered helmet calculator seems like a reasonable thing to have. And it's not that I can't do math in my head. I can. I was doing it 4 years a minute ago. But if it's you know really big, long shit, I at least want something to check myself with. And I figure that I can't have an iPhone bolted to the side of that helmet, but I can have select bits of it. And that calculator was one that I could do. Um, we got other shit we need, but my Amazon list to buy right now has that calculator in it. It has some bungee cord straps that I think should work for the bungee cord on the helmet. At least I'm hoping. You'll see what I mean by the bungee cord on the helmet. Basically, night vision, you need a bungee cord on your helmet. It's not 100% true, but it's more true than it is not true. The bungee cord, you have bolted in at the back side of the helmet someplace, right? And you stretch it forward and hook it onto the front of your mount. And whenever you go to use this shit, there's places on the mount and on the 7 that you can hook this shit in. And if you have dual tubes or whatever, same thing. It has places where you can hook in bungees to hold this shit to your face because you don't want it moving. That's what the bungee is for. Dr. Scholl's work massaging gel insoles. iPhone tripod, $12.99 from whatever Amazon recommended. Death Hunt, $11.99. The next movie for the fan. I'm gonna try to buy a DVD or two a month. Like last, we did Legally Blonde, and I already had Escape from LA, but I actually just bought that a couple weeks ago. So it was one I had just bought. It might feature an old DVD that I have from time to time, but I don't have that many. And most of the movies that I'm buying are cheap. Death Hunt's $11.99. For $11.99, I want a DVD of that. And the goal in getting the DVD collection is I have two portable DVD players. My computer plays DVDs, and the van plays DVDs. I chose correctly. I bought the DVD players and DVDs before I knew the van had a DVD player. If I remember right, it might have been afterwards. That portion is kind of fuzzy. Like, I don't have memory problems really. I don't remember shit that's not important. I guess that includes my friends. Not all of them. I have good friends. I really would like to get a show going with Infernus and Guns and Barbecue and really a bunch of the others that kind of like got kicked out of that place if they'll fucking come around. I don't know. I kind of like doing my own thing here too. I got tired of talking to other people. That's half of why we do the show that we do now. And to be honest, I almost like doing the audio only show because it really fucking eliminates the wheat from the chaff. Oh, where'd my list go? I set them down somewhere. Yeah, calculator thing. Oh, after Death Hunt, though, there's two other things in my list, but they're open L knives to modify. I'm getting a number 6 and a number 7 to make 3 knife sets out of the ones I've already done. Past that, I don't know what I'm going to do, but as soon as those 3 knife sets are done, I'm going to throw them up somewhere on eBay or something. And my idea with that is basically I don't really know what to charge for those, and they're kind of like art, and they're one-offs, and they're, I don't think I'm going to be doing those a whole bunch. It's, I might. It depends on how they sell. If they go gangbusters, my plan is to do a couple more different sets, see how those do. Maybe do a couple more different sets, see how those do. Then do a batch of individuals, see how those do. I'm not exactly in a hurry to do it because, like, the patina that I'm doing, it takes time. I'm kind of letting them sit and marinate for the moment, and I think everything's going to get another layer of patina, especially the blackened set. I did tiger stripes instead of dots, and one of them came out fucking cool. But it's only cool on one side. And I think it'll still be cool on that side layered, and layering it will give me a chance to fix even the cool side has a couple of spots that I don't like. But it has like this, like, here, you guys can see me for a second. Sorry, I have Amazon boxes and shit open. We got packages earlier today, and I'm looking like shit. This is I haven't fucked with my hair at all. I've been fucking around the house, smoking weed, and working on the car. And that's what it is. This is the cool side, though. Isn't that dope? This is the not cool side. And I think you can see that, like, it definitely it needs something. And doing another layer of mustard on both sides would really make this thing better, I think. The little one is even worse than that. It's you without a bra, by the way. Just in case you ever wondered. They really have tits. Like, they kind of, like, don't look like much here or whatever, but like they're a little sad and droopy, but they're real tits and they're very big. And for whatever reason, guys go nuts over them. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. I really don't. Like, I've kind of always had boobs, and I don't get the fascination with them. That's not what I'm attracted to. Put it that way. No. I hate to have a camera on shit when I'm not like this because, like, in reality, it's not that I am ugly. It's that I put zero effort in today because I knew I was gonna be fucking around under a car shit a lot. Turn the screen off now. And to be honest, when I'm just sitting here talking with you, smoking weed, forgetting that I have the mic on, I really don't want to be on camera. I don't know what else I should get. I kind of need all that shit on Amazon. Oh, I also need to save some money to do that order of shit at Coleman's. I can't believe what a good website Coleman Surplus is. Like, the Alice pack I want alone is $80 there, and that same pack anywhere else is 30, 40 more dollars. And the reason I'm buying the Alice pack is basically because the Alice pack market sucks. I thought it sucked 5 or 10 years ago. It really sucks now. So when I was a kid, I did not value the Alice pack at all. That's why I don't have one. I've had so many of them that why would you keep one of those? I didn't value the Alice pack because they were like the least I've ever spent on an Alice pack was $10. The most back in the day was maybe like 25 or 30. And if you bought one full blown new from a website, like this is a whole different era, really. Rewind the clock back, kids, to a time when you could go on the internet and order it, but it was going to cost more versus going to a local guns show or a surplus store where it would be literally half the price. That's kind of where things have gotten to again with many things. I think the pandemic did that, but in surplus, it's kind of definitely this way, I guess. And we're in a war right now, so there is no surplus. Like that's the thing. I think a lot of people are going to have to be getting their brain wrapped around here pretty soon. Is we have lived our entire lives off of U.S. military surplus. For a brief period, there won't be any. And then there's going to be more than you've ever fucking seen in your life. It's going to be glorious. The reason I say it's going to be glorious is because, like, after World War II, things were such that, like, there were, like, oak wine barrels of rifles at every FFL or corner store in America that were just like, oh, this is a whole bunch of fucking World War II shit that nobody wants. As soon as Sauron is defeated, no one cares to have arms anymore. Only those of us that have the discipline of the sword or whatever, the riddle of steel, whatever, that see the value in the old rifles and shit, keep those around. That's why there are any of those left at all. And basically because of the generation that fought World War II being some people that like shooting guns, there's quite a bit of that saved. Also, the fact that they're more modern weapons, that we're in more modern conflicts. That okay, so if you want to know what I mean by that, go look at a French rifle from World War One compared to an American rifle from World War Two. Both will be torn up, generally speaking. I'm not talking about like go pull the worst ones or no, go pull like 20 rifles out of the fucking stack that came back from those conflicts of M1 Garands from World War II that are USGI versus French anything from World War One. You will notice that the French shit is just worn to fuck. And it's like that because that's the nature of that kind of combat. They were in trenches and shit. A lot of those guns were buried in mud for days and dug up and cleaned off and shit. It's hard on things. And not to mention the fact that after World War II, the French used those guns all the way until World War II, and then during World War II, and then a little bit after World War II. So that's part of that too. But both are a thing. You see French guns that never saw a day of action after 1918 that look like hell. And it's not one or two, it's most of them. As someone that has collected German, British, French, American, Italian shit from all over and all over times and shit, whatever was going down in the trenches of World War One was something like you've never fucking seen. Just by the battle scars on the guns. I've never seen guns that looked like that. Like I've handled a lot of guns in person that I knew where they came from. The ones that legit were French issue guns from World War One that never saw service afterwards again that were torn up. Like the first thing is you need to get most of them are torn up, and to what degree, basically. One of the guns I had was a Labelle from. It was it was an antique. I don't remember what year it was from. I filled out a 4473 for it, and it was an antique. You know, good luck with that one. I hate that shit. No one who sells guns knows anything about antiques. That's a whole different gripe that I don't want to get into. But the point was, when I got that rifle, it was a functional rifle, and it was fine. However, all of the metal on it was oxidized severely, and I attribute this mostly to World War One. It's not like it was rusty. No, oxidized. It had been rusted and cleaned off, and rusted and cleaned off, and rusted and cleaned off, that it had this patina like my Opinels do. It didn't have an original finish left anymore. It had patina. And like if you go look at a lot of old guns that are like that, but it kills me that basically that antique Labelle probably didn't see any, if not much at all, service in World War II. It probably didn't. Most of the Labelles didn't, and it was one of the worst looking rifles I've ever seen that I would consider to have been in good condition. Fully shootable, serviceable, everything's fine with it. It's not like it's been shot to shit. It's not like it's been worn out. No, it's just been someplace really bad. So, these guns were really bad. Oh, I'm excited about Coleman Surplus now. Although, like, fuck, I wasn't planning on ordering all that much shit at once. But if I can save on shipping by ordering it all at once, that's what I'm going to do. And the price savings alone over eBay are there. I have been I am a eBay military surplus hound. I That's my whole life. I at night while I sit here getting fucked up or doing whatever for like the last 20 years or whatever since we got a phone and eBay has been a thing. So they're looking for military gear. Oh, that's cheap, cool, buy it. Oh, that's cheap, cool, bid on it, bid on it. Oh, I didn't get it. That kind of shit. And eBay used to be the place to buy that kind of shit. And as I'm finding out now, I guess it's not. And I think it's partially like some of that stuff at Coleman's isn't in stock. Like those bandoliers at that price, those aren't in stock. The reason those aren't in stock is because everybody is buying bandoliers. That's my conclusion. I think I might buy the desert ones. For what I'm going to use those for, I just want something to contain magazines. Go on a thing. I don't know. I need a bunch of bandoliers. This is part of the issue is the Alice pack has three big pockets on the back. Those three big pockets I'm filling with bandoliers. The big pocket I'm filling with food. Then on the outside of the bag, I'm gonna have a shovel, a fire starting kit, and more mags. And then there's three mags built into the pack itself. So like this is a giant food and ammo resupply thing with a shovel and a fire starter. It's not really designed to be like this is a bug out bag or whatever. This is like a combat support pack kind of thing. The sort of thing that you would hike into an area and leave someplace. Make sure your ammo is stored in such a way that it's cool. Or put the whole thing in a couple plastic bags, maybe, or you find some place to keep. There's all sorts of options. But like if you had a bug out location, like for a real bug out location, I would place a couple of these there because it's everything that you need all in one thing. It has an entrenching tool on it because you might literally need to dig a hole to save your life. Fire is easy to solve and does many things. Okay, that's why it's opposite of the shovel on the pack to me. Ammo and food is obvious. Mags are obvious. Bandoliers hold bags together. That's that whole pack. And this is what I'm building from Coleman Surplus and Atlantic Firearms, basically. It's you know, I don't really know what we're going into, so I'm going to pack a big bag of magazines and food. As far as the MREs go, I'm going to pack it with as many of the real MREs as I can. Then I'm going to probably save a full case of MREs here at the house, and then I'm going to put the HDR somewhere else, probably. Honestly, I should just get all HDRs because MREs suck anyway. I think HDRs probably suck worse, but I don't know that to be a fact. Like, again, MRE food, whether it has fucking meat in it or not, I don't care. There's not that much meat in it to start with. And I've got a shitload of spam. So HDRs and a can of spam sounds like a lot better plan to me than fucking MREs. I think I'm just gonna buy HDRs. I have to save up and do that too. We might do that like a couple cases at a time. Because like I said, I want $400 or $500 worth of those. And that seems silly or whatever, but I think we might need them. Again, I don't know how long that would last. I'm going with how much are they? How much can I afford to buy? At the prices HDRs are, I could probably get 10 cases. If I go MREs and HDR hybrid, it's less. It's a lot less because the MREs, you get half as many. Yeah, well, the cases cost twice as much. There you go. That's the right way to say that. I'm not really a big fan of MREs anyway, but like with some of the shit on the board, it involves active combat inside the US somewhere. And if that's a possibility, that could be wherever you are. So MREs and HDRs, they don't make sense as a prepping supply unless you're going to be in a conflict zone. And the reason I say that is because to me, if I am stuck in a hovel somewhere, whatever, I'll just eat canned goods. If I'm in combat, you want the MREs and shit because it's lighter to carry than canned goods. This is my thoughts. Well, this has been an hour and 8 minutes of this, and we pretty much went through everything I had to talk about Coleman's and the rest of the list and whatever. I think it's pretty bitching that I can get so much of the stuff that I was wanting from that one website, and that basically every item is knocking 10 or 20 bucks off. Atlantic Firearms is the place to get HDRs or MREs. I think honestly, Amazon and eBay is probably not a good place to get much anything anymore. And the reason I say that is those environments are not a place where you just go and buy prepping shit. They're a place where the world thinks to go and buy everything that they might ever want or need. That makes them more expensive there. eBay and Amazon. I think more people buy shit off of both of those combined than almost anything else anymore. That's just because they've made it easy. It used to be such a pain in the ass to buy anything online. Oh. I remember the first porn that I ever bought. Let's do that story. Now we're 10 minutes into this. Maybe I should make this a separate video, but I'll do it here too. The first porn I ever paid money for was a membership to Serena Valentina's website. She was so pretty. Like, it's not one of those like I had a girl crush on her. I kind of do, but it's one of those that I don't think she's really into girls, so it kind of kills that. But like at the same time, if she were a lesbian, yes, please. Like, she's perfect. And to be honest, I don't know. I don't look like her. But as I'm getting skinnier and more feminine, I am looking more like her every day in the ways that I wanted to, if that makes any sense. She's like body goals. I should clarify that. It very much depends on which time you're talking about on Serena Valentina. I like her when she was early to mid, kind of. She had a point where she like took her breast implants out and crazy shit happened. She had health issues, and I feel for her. I still think she's hot. Like, even when she had her breast implants out, was flat chested and just had like a scar, basically, I still thought that bitch was hot. And it's one of those, it's because I don't want to fuck her. It's different. I can't even describe it. She's very beautiful. Anyway, when I did that, like, it was like 18 steps of hell. And I felt like the entire time I was going to get caught by my parents, who, I was 18 or whatever, but I was doing it on their computer at the time because I didn't have my own computer, basically. And it was shortly thereafter that, I got a computer. Actually, to be honest, I got a phone. And it was such a bitch to do the fucking payment shit on the phone. I ended up having to use my other fucking computer to pay for that shit. Anyway, I think it's interesting that so many people in the right wing of things don't like trans people because they view it as a choice. And the first porn I ever bought was trans porn. Like, it's what I'm into. Sorry, like, I'm into trans girls. I'm not into fucking turning people into that or whatever. Like, I think they're attractive mainly because they are a girl. They see me as a girl. They see me as a human being. And we have a lovely relationship where we don't hardly fucking fight about anything. It's nice. Honestly, I think there's a lot of the world right now that the issue is that the straight people stopped talking to each other. Like the men and women no longer communicate. The women talk, the men don't listen, and then both just do as they please. I think that's really one of the major things going on in the world right now. There's that is what has killed the family, is that men and women no longer agree on what they want out of life, because basically all women seem to fucking want, not all of them, but yeah, all of them. All of them I've ever met. Any woman that has a vagina, what they are looking for is for you to up their financial and social status. It's what they want. It's why they're dating you. So, all the trans women I've ever dated fucked me like they loved me and didn't ever want a fucking dime from me. It's one of those things that I probably could have been dripping in fucking pussy. All I would have had to do was fucking spend some money on that instead of guns. Such women are not worth having. I believe in love above all else, and all of that fucking dance that they do, that's not love. You don't really love me. You're pretending to love me to try to take my money in a divorce later and go do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do. Like you're doing some psycho pattern that we keep repeating. And fuck it. Like it's the weirdest shit in the world. I'm sorry, straight people, that you have to deal with that. It sucks. Um, I tried dating as a straight man for a long time because I didn't want to come out. And dating as a straight man gives you a very good picture into what your average woman is really like, I guess. And like my issue isn't that I hate women. It's that women in the modern United States are fucking crazy people. They've been made such by various things, but I'm included in that. I'm one of them. Part of this is I understand the women somewhat now because I went and like got fucked like a slut bag all over Tulsa, and what men do that pisses women off is that all you want to do is fuck them and never speak to them again. There are some people that want to have sex more than once, but yeah, for the most part, men want 15 minutes of sex and then never to see you again. And if that's what you want, then I think you should have to pay for it. It's like the most jackass fucking shit in the world. The reason I say that is the woman has gone through a lot of shit to fucking get to the point to where she wants to come fucking hang with you. Whether that's doing makeup or hair or getting dressed, doing whatever. It's a lot of work. It's work that you don't appreciate. And usually in 15 minutes, she doesn't even get off. Most men that have sex, like the vast majority of men that have sex, do not get women off. James Yeager had a quote once that was men think they know everything about two things. Those two things are guns and cars. He was wrong. Men think they know everything about three things, and the other thing is women, pussy, whatever, and they are incorrect, basically. I think most men would be amazed how little they actually do know about women. When I see the hatred and despise of women that men have now, basically as a result of feminism, like this is the thing is basically things were a little wrong before, but it was kind of the way nature lends itself towards for various reasons. And now in trying to balance that out so that everybody's equal, you you've made it to where no one even procreates. This is, in short, causing the downfall of our society. I think we're probably being primed for some sort of an alien invasion. That's some crazy shit to believe too, but like what I see is that the old gods are loose in the world again. That's why you're seeing the trans shit. That's why you're seeing the everything, really. I think the old gods are aliens. And I think that they are manipulating our fucking web to cause us to do shit. I think all this shit is on the internet, caused by the internet, and a whole bunch of other shit. It would not surprise me to find out that everything that E Honda and I ever talked about, ever, was some sort of a thing started by Russia at some point to get shit to fall apart here. And what I mean by that is even the stuff that's like, oh, ancient aliens. Okay, what would make the West question religion more than something like that? And I don't mean like the book, although the book is a solid case to be made that he was a CIA asset. Um, but the TV show, I would be very curious as to where the money from that TV show comes. What's sad is pretty much that TV show is a lot of what I believe. It's a lot of what the Russians believe. Always have. Get into that. The Russians are more alien weirdos than even I am. And my thing with aliens is basically that there's enough of that shit that I've seen bits and pieces of that I believe it to some extent. I don't know what it is. But if you really want to get a good feel of what it is, I would go watch Rick and Morty and know that basically what I think is happening at Skinwalker Ranch is there is some sort of a city there in a dimension that we can't see or something that things are coming and going from. I think that's the case of much of our world. I think that much of our planet has sky cities or whatever, like that shit in China. That was weird as fuck. And like, what if the last time that the world ended, some of the people had escaped to sky cities or whatever, some orbital space station thing? Who knows? Either that, or what if those are made by an alien civilization that has come here and negotiated with us to build hidden cities in our clouds because we won't even notice, and all they want is air or some shit. Like they can bring everything else, but they need air and water, and like we have plenty of air and seawater, and they have the tech to turn that into whatever. There's a lot of those possibilities I think are real, and there's some of that that's we're getting ready to see a world war fought with weapons unlike you've ever fucking seen. I'm wondering how much everybody's been hiding shit since World War II. Because like some things hard to hide. Some things they thought that they should make a commercial version of to make a bunch of money to fund other projects, I think. I flat out think that some of our fucking tech companies like Apple and shit were somewhat in league with portions of a secret government that like not everything that they did was 100% their own idea or that they get all the technology to do it from there. That's my thoughts. There's also the chance that Steve Jobs just smoked a lot of weed and like meditated and shit and did weird crap like me and came up with his stuff in the same place. That's what I hope. Because that's who he seemed to be, but that could always be a head fake. Well, now this has been an hour and 30 minutes of this, and we're just wandering further off the trail. So enjoy the shit at the fan shopping list. Go check out Coleman Surplus and enjoy the part where I completely fucking forgot I was on camera for a minute while talking to myself about calculators. Math sucks. Really does. I'm gonna write that in camo on it. It's gonna be dope. See you guys later.